Hello everybody and welcome to another review. And I do apologize. I had a little bit of a hard time getting my screen to show up, but I got it now. And welcome to another review of Castles Crusades. This one is over their book of rune lore, brought to you by me, Tabletop Junkie. So, this book is uh it's a bit difficult. Oh, hey, Sparta Chris, thank you so much. Also, I'd like to thank the main person who made this one possible. There was a person who actually made this possible, and her name is Troublemaker. Uh, I believe, if I remember correctly, and I should remember correctly, this was one book she got for me as well, of course. So yeah, it my memory's a little foggy, and I do apologize. It's early in the morning, and I just got up, and I had to go out in the cold and get trash out. so, um, so this book is a little bit different. I do not recommend it for newbies. I don't recommend it for new players or new castle keepers. But rune lore actually covers a wide variety of things, such as how runes work and how they work among among the world, how they work in the game mechanically, and there is some flavor text. And this also embarks on a class called Rune Mark. I believe that is a class. Rune Mark is a class. I know that for a fact. Yes, the Rune Mark, which is a class in itself. However, the class has the power, not the runes. There was a disclaimer in this book, so yeah, nice, funny guys. Um, it didn't start properly. Yeah, well, no, it just didn't start properly because I was a little bit behind. Been kind of working on a secret project lately. Um, so that was probably my bad. All right, moving on. So yeah, this talks about the Rune Mark, which is actually a class on its own. This book is very extensive, very deep. I've read this cover to cover a few times, and some of it I still don't understand quite a bit. But they also, they do give examples. There's different types of runes. Runes for daily usage. There's the codices and other classes that go along with it. As well as there's runes of the initiate, rental runes, and then runes of Aird. And they actually go into the largest part of this book is actually going through Aird. Aird is the main realm for Castles and Crusades. However, there is still other things in here, so to integrate it into your own homebrew world. I do apologize for stuttering. I'm still drinking my first cup of coffee this morning. I've barely sipped it. It's been a long day, and it's early in the morning, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, like I said, this book is very extensive. It is okay for advanced play castle keepers. Like I said, I'm still going through it myself. They do talk about lands for, um, the lands for Aird. They go through a lot of places of Aird. So, but like I said, not so extravagant where you can't just incorporate that in your own homebrew world, which is what I'm kind of doing. So, this is not something that I'm hoping to use. This whole book is based on runes and places of interest, and they do go in the rune class a little bit, talking about how how the different stages work, and then they do give you some new equipment in this book as well. Funny, they don't really give the EV, but I think there might be. Oh, they do give the EV somewhere down the line, so it looks like some things do not play a factor, which that is weird, but I guess it is. Um, so they do give you some actual some different monsters and stuff that you can use too. My personal favorite is the mammoths and some of the dinosaurs they give you. They do give you some dinosaurs in here. So honestly, my recommendation for this one, I would say, approach with caution. I guess. Um, it is very, very there's a lot to cover. This book is almost 200 pages itself. It's like 150, 140, something like that. And they only do have the digital one. So if this is not something you think you'd use, it really isn't a big buy. And I'm going through some things right now. There really is no art to show off other than the cover page. So it looks like, yeah, this book wasn't that big of a, that's why I decided to do something on it, because this book really isn't that big of a deal. Anyway, you do got stuff for classes. I'm trying to think what are the other classes are in here real quick. And like I said, this has a, the strangest thing is this does have as much information as the Gods and Legends book. But unfortunately, it is a little dry, I think, so. But that's my argumentative point, and that's my personal opinion. Let's see here. Looking at something here real quick before I switch over. I am going to do a screen share to go over so you guys see what I'm seeing. Rune of Initiates. Aired runes, winter runes, and they have all of that. Oh, and they even show stuff on the runes. Huh. So, yep. And then the other class section, all that is a small section of, what happens if another class wants to become, if a non-rune mark class wants to become a rune mark, which is similar to a mage. Only they use runes to cast all their magic. So, alright, real quick, I'm going to show you guys a screen share. And show off some really good art here. I'm going to start with the title page, as always. Because that's what I like to do. Title pages. That actually looks pretty good. Looks like it's uncovering a mystery. For me, the rune mark... I'm thinking about putting the rune mark class in my game, in the current world of Paramore, but it's going to be like more or less an ancient class. An ancient class. See, this is what I was. This is all the stuff. He's got the introductory, the rune magic, how it works. Talks about the god, the All-Father. The Dwarven Mastery, the Sorcerer's Runes. The Sorcerer's Runes, if you actually look through here, basically talks about the different runes and stuff regarding the dwarves. So dwarves in Aird kind of uses rune magic a lot, and I believe there's another piece of both literature and movies where you see dwarves using runes. Would be Lord of the Rings and then The Hobbit. It is regarding mark of such a well-written piece of literature that rivals Shakespeare. I'm not sure where that remark is coming from, Chris. So, yep, and they talk about the Magi's Quest, and then they do have this. This is my favorite part, where they go over the rune mark class itself, kind of like any other class. So you talk about the runes, the beginning runes, bonus runes, and it's treated as... for example, it is treated as a spellcasting class, I believe. Bonus runes. With a high charisma score, the rune mark gains bonus runes. The rune mark adds his attribute bonus to the base number of runes he can use. For example, a first level rune mark with charisma of 18 has an attribute bonus of +3. The base number of runes he can use per... Oh, wow. So whatever your modifier is what you can use. Similar to how I treat languages. If you have a language modifier, you can learn beyond your other languages. They can do alchemy. Now if you want to do something with alchemy or an alchemist-like situation, this is the book to have. Because they do have alchemy in here. They do cover that. Language mastery, trace runes, all different types of stuff. And stuff on how to create relics. This is kind of like an ancient... To me, this is treated as an ancient but dead class. Like, nobody's ever learned it. It's ancient knowledge. So, It may be something I'm going to play in the older, maybe an older, like, older version of Paramore, which is my homebrew world. Oh, I said the book was dry. Yeah, yeah. Uh, it's unfortunately, as you can see, most of the art is black and white. But it does have some good information. It's like I said, I don't recommend it for beginner castle keepers who are just now starting out with Castles and Crusades. And I don't recommend it with people who have never played Castles and Crusades. This is in my game in a sense, but it's not in there. I don't allow my players to play this right now, regardless which group I'm running. Mainly because I'm still kind of going through it myself and seeing how it works. Now, they did say if you want to go from a non-rune mark class to a rune mark that you should use the multi-class feature, class and a half, I believe it is. Yes, if a non-rune mark wishes to become a rune mark, consult the class and a half or multi-class rules as found in the Castles Crusades Player's Handbook. So, but they do have runes of initiates, which, and then winter runes, which is basically, in a sense, they're treated as spells. And then, here's the part that I was actually going to show you guys. They even show you what the runes look like, what they should look like in your head and in the game. So you could like print these up on cards for someone, maybe like do some paint, some Photoshop, print these up on cards for someone, and then when they give you a stone with this rune, you can actually give a good idea of what it looks like. So, like I said, and a lot of the book does cover stuff of Aird and the lands of Aird, more or less. So, and not more or less, they do cover all that in Aird, and nothing homebrew. So, it's like kind of go through it, figure out what you want to have in your world if you do want to do that. So, older world, lost knowledge, certain elf-shaped ears just perked up. Oh, jeez. Colin, don't get no ideas yet. No ideas yet. I'm still trying to go through this. I'm trying to go through this myself. This is, it is very interesting. Very interesting. Like I said, I'm still kind of going through it. I don't allow any of my players to use this book right now because I'm still going through it myself. So, recommendation, use for kind of moderate to advanced players and castle keepers. It is currently on Trollord Games right now, digital only. They don't have the print version anymore, and there is no print plus digital combo. So the digital is $19.99. So that is kind of going to be at your own personal taste. For me, I had to get it because it's Castles Crusades. I love Castles Crusades. I love what Trollord Games does with their stuff. I love to recommend it. This I do recommend maybe picking up at some point, but don't make it like, just put it in your wish list. Don't think you have to get it today. Don't think you gotta have it right from the get-go. There's some other books that we are going to do some reviews on that, I'm definitely going to say you should pick up probably right away. Rune Lore could probably wait a little bit to see how well you incorporate that. Like I said, I'm still kind of going through it for myself. The Rune Mark class. Now, the Rune Mark class is also covered in the expanded classes book as well. So, and there's not a whole lot of art to go with that. There's a lot of information, but like I said, I pick information over artwork. So, all right. Well, that's everything I do have. Sorry, I couldn't give a better review. Like I said, the material was kind of like, So my review on this is the material's kind of dry, but if that doesn't bother you, don't let that deter you from picking up the book. I mean, if it does bother you, don't let it deter you from picking up the book. If it doesn't bother you, then that's probably a good book for you to check into. There's not a whole lot of artwork, but there is a lot of information to cover. There is a lot on Aird itself, so if you are also hosting a campaign in Aird, that is a book for you to actually pick up. For someone like me, for running a homebrew, it wasn't really a book I probably should have picked up right away, but I did anyway because I am a big supporter of Trollord Games, and I love giving them my money. I love, just expanding my Castles Crusades collection. It's always very enlightening, and I just love all their work and material regardless. Even if I have to go through it piece by piece and a little slower each time, just to understand it, it doesn't matter to me. That's the kind of person I am, but not everybody is like that, so yeah. Huge rolling rocks come to mind. Funny there, Colin. Alright, so that's everything I have for today. Let me make sure there's not anything I missed in that. We are going to cover some other books coming up. That is going to, like I said, we already covered the expanded classes, and then I believe yesterday we did Adventurer's Backpack, which was there was stuff in there about. No, there wasn't anything in there about Rune Mark. Coming to think of it, but I could be wrong. Maybe we'd have to, recheck out my video I did yesterday and probably see that for yourselves. So, all right, we covered. Looks like, yeah, the only thing we didn't cover was, in case I didn't mention it before, this book does give you some new monsters and new magic items to go with as well. As well, an extensive knowledge of the lands of Erd and of its people that does actually use rune marks. So, and that's pretty much everything there. So, alright, well, once again, that's everything I have for today. I hope you guys did enjoy the stream. Hopefully it was very enlightening on some things. I know in some cases it kind of wasn't, but like I said, I was trying to be happy about the material, but it is kind of so pretty much it is at your own personal taste. If you don't think you'd like it, I don't recommend it for you, but if you think you'd like it, I kind of can recommend it. Like I said, I got it because I love everything Castles and Crusades. If you're just a big supporter like Trollord Games like I am, and you love Castles and Crusades and you love to have that tabletop game, then yes, I definitely do recommend that too. I have not, Colin. I've actually been very busy because we're getting ready for the new year. And I've got a couple of things going on regarding some games real quick. Plus, I'm preparing for Friday. I will probably have to try and check them out on Thursday for you. I will try and get to those. I will have to put it on my to-do list. So, all right, everybody. Well, I hope you guys did enjoy the stream. Hope you enjoyed the review. I will have a link to the actual book to the Trollord Games website. In case anyone is interested, go check it out for yourself. If you think you'll buy it, it's there for you. If you're not, well, hopefully you'll get it at some point. Because, I mean, it has got some good information in there. I personally haven't gone through everything in that book. I kind of skipped over the Erd parts because all I cared about was how do I incorporate this class into my world, because I am running a homebrew world. I'm not really playing an Erd at the moment. So, but I've had some ideas. But that is for another stream at a later time. So, everyone who's tuned in, thank you for tuning in. I very much appreciate everything. And I wish everyone a great and wonderful day.